Good evening, everyone, and a huge apology on the delay though. We seem to have a big issue with the stream, but I've managed to fix it. I found the little issue I was having, but we've missed quite a lot of qualifying. There's only 6 minutes to go. That was rather strange. I don't know why, but settings have been changed in my OBS, which is quite unexpected. It's caught me off. But we're back now, and we've got the race going at hand, so hopefully things are on the up and up from here.
All good. Very, very nice. Apologies for that. And if someone could let me know how I sound on the stream in the chat, please. I tried to fix the jitteriness that I had that people were talking about. So if someone could let me know in the chat. But as we can see, was it Matty Robert?
Oh, bit of a big
And it's
wide
Connor,
spike
I don't
there.
know anymore. Yeah. At the moment, it's coming next across the line is going to be Ferrari. I think it's Lee Bob.
Lee Bob.
Crosses the line.
He does, heads it down into turn one. Do apologise for that. It's never happened before, but we are back now and we're going to try and catch the last laps. It's Hako leading the charge at pole with a 1.4.4. Charlie only just half a tenth, just over half a tenth behind. So it's very close because then there's another half tenth to Dynamic Duo and then a 2/10 gap to Sam. So the front three within a tenth looking mighty fine in the opening laps of qualifying. We're still on board with Lee Bob as he comes around down into turn 4 and swings it around left into turn 5. He's not going for a lap, he's backed out of it. So could potentially still generate those tyres. Who else is on a lap? Is that Griffin? No, he's had a flashing light. Everybody's out on a double out lap, I suspect, here and now, trying to warm up those tyres.
How about now? Is the microphone?
To the pits. Have a Connor coming across the line. 6.2. I hope that was not a push lap because he's dramatically off the pace.
Yeah, it's been a messy start for us, lads, so apologies for that. It's been everything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
Yeah, an absolutely dramatic start here in EU2 in Austria, Spielberg, the shortest track on the calendar. Only 10 turns, so most of the track you are absolutely flat to the floor, 4.318 kilometers long. So hopefully should bring some spicy close action because of how short the track is, and with it being so short and twisty, it could potentially cause a few bumper barges, a couple of wheel banging moments through these fast corners.
Just to get you involved now, we're gonna I'm gonna get a what's it called prediction up in chat if I can. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a prediction going.
Who do we think is gonna get pole? Who do we think is gonna get pole in the last run of laps now? At the moment, it looks like it's gonna be Hako, Charlie. I'll just put the top 5 in there. I need to be quick though if I want to get it done. My computer's a bit old and rubbish, so.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a disastrous start for us, but we are now rocking and rolling, and qualifying is almost coming to an end, but qualifying is only what sets the race position. The race is what you're all here to see. The race is where things get interesting, get really, really spicy, especially around a fast circuit like Austria.
Yeah, fast circuit like Austria. Really easy to go over the curbs. They're really easy to get a penalty on track limits or invalidate your lap in qualifying, which of course is going to penalise you in the race, leaving you in the wake of the cars in the back.
Dynamic Duo going a bit slow there. I'm trying to find us a car to get us on board with the lap. I think it's Goran. It is the Haas, his teammate. Just set a purple sector 1 as he comes up through turn 3. Opening his rear wing open for the second time. DRS zone 2. It's looking fairly clean now as he gets down towards turn 4. A corner that's very fast over to the right hand side. But if you push a bit too wide and get yourself caught in that gravel, you will send yourself flying. He's looking clean now, turn 6.
Pole's coming up now, don't worry, it's not out yet.
Getting the power around turn 8 to get himself into sector 3. All in all, looking like a very fast lap. Gets around the fast right-hander at turn 9, and then another fast right-hander turn 10, completing the 10 corners on offer here in Austria, and he'll come across the line for P5. It's a 4.7. The times are going to be very, very close and very, very tight. It's not a fast lap, like I said, only 1 minute and 4 seconds, but in the race is what it's all about. Can you be consistent and make sure you don't burn out those tyres?
Yeah,
Charlie, a man in P2.
Oh, this is so slow.
Charlie's up by a 10th.5, taking purple sector 1, coming around turn 3 and getting that rear wing open once again. There's a lot of cars on the track, there's a lot of traffic ahead. Charlie needs to dodge his way through it and not lose too much time. He is on a flying lap. This could be the pole position lap as we're on board with the V-Carb. The V-Carb showed mighty pace last week in Jeddah. But of course, we had that incident in Jeddah. The safety car went on for so long. Oh, bit of a wobble there. Snappies off. Oh, huge moment for Charlie. Massive moment for Charlie coming around turn 6 and 7.
Rejoining. Make sure he doesn't impede rejoining the track.
Give us a replay, please. Nope, not going to work. Well, sod you then.
Oh, it's all going wrong today. Hopefully that these boys can give us a nice race to make up for it. But yeah, that means that it's over for Charlie. I don't see many improvements coming in though.
No, I don't. See the kicks now coming across the line.
Craggy underperforming at the moment. Where can he go
P10,
though?
Craggy P13 stays where he is. It will be Hacker on pole as he crosses the line to set a new pole time of 1:04.1. Almost 4/10 clear. Is there anybody who can retaliate?
Oh, I think it is actually.
We have a Red Bull on a flyer, but does he have the battery to do so? He is pushing very hard. The back end was kicking there on the exit of turn 4, going through turn 5, and now he's on turn 6. Very fast left-handers. You really need to chuck it around turn 7 and catch it. Oh, he's gone! The Red Bull's off into the gravel. Oh, he's hit the wall. Wing damage, wing damage.
Unfortunately,
incidents in this qualifying. It's a very fast circuit. Everybody pushing to the absolute limit there. He's going to get themselves on the apex and lose that back end and push himself down the order. It could have been a better lap for the Red Bull, but got himself in a bit of a moment, and that will do our qualifying. It's a Mercedes leading the charge on pole, Charlie in P2 and Dynamic Duo in P3.
There's your prediction. Anyone who chose Hako, there you go. And then should we get we'll talk about the standings now anyway. We'll talk about the standings after last race. So as you know, that last race, there was something that happened, which was that the safety car was out and the game bugged. So according to the rules, that we awarded half points on the end of the last lap that was valid. You know, the last lap that wasn't bugged out. And anyway, so the championship is as follows. If you just let me bring up the standings now. At the moment, in the Drivers' Championship, Craggy is leading the championship at the moment with 32 points, and then Sid following slowly behind. Close behind in with 22.5 points. Kevin Cow in the Alpine sits third with 21, and then Goran sits fourth with 18. Andres rounds out the top 5, who's a reserve, which is a good result from him, takes 14 points. PW Jones, the winner of the last race, will be quite good that he didn't get 4 points, but he gets 12.5. Robstar, Griffin, Charlie, and Havoc Connor round at your top 10. And then 11th down till 14th is Dynamic Duo, Ty, TLA, and Pipe Tech. There are the last of our point scorers then. Lee Hill, Sam, Sebi, Matty Robbo, Luis Suarez, and Cos Dynamo round out your Drivers' Championship.
And on to the... Oh, no, it's done it again. Everything's going wrong. I can't do the constructors. It's not done the graphic, even though I did save it. But there you can see the end of qualifying, the drivers that had finished. Hako on pole, Charlie in P2, and Dynamic in P3. It's all going wrong, all going to fumbles. I had everything set up, ready.
I can inform the chat that the constructor standings at the moment are Kick Sauber at the front with 32 points, and then just 1 point behind is the Haas team with 31. Alpine 27, and then Mercedes in 24th. Then halfway through the grid, we get Williams on 20.5 points. Aston Martin and RB's behind on 6, and then 5.5 points each
And then McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull round out your top 10. Red Bull being the only team this season so far to yet score points.
Yeah, the Red Bulls having a bit of a stinker there, but now we get ourselves ready for the lights out, and away we go for the race. The drivers setting their strategies and choosing the fuel optimization. What will they go for? Will they go expect the safety cars maybe under fuel a little bit? Is it the potential, or is it going to be a burner with everybody flat to the
It's
floor?
a little bit of a burner with the DRS. There's so many straights here. You're at high revs at such a large amount of the lap. It's hard not to burn.
Oh, you got to be careful here and make sure you plan this correctly. People could be running out of fuel here. Drivers potentially dropping down the order, maybe needing to manage the fuel and back off the pace to conserve it. But we are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. The lights are out and away we go. The Mercedes Hako gets a good getaway, but Charlie's looking now for the inside line. Did manage to get a better getaway with the traction down and does manage to jump ahead going into turn 1, but the Haas dynamic duo is lurking behind. Hako not having the start that he wanted in the Mercedes, the V-Car, but he is now pushing back through the Mercedes on the outside line and getting that up into turn 3. Everybody bunching up now as we get into the infamous turn 3. Everybody's fairly clean.
Damage for, I think it was D Summers at the back. He might have had a little nick with someone, but I don't think he's had too much damage. It probably is green front wing at the moment, but around the outside goes SJZ ICRS. I'm not sure how to say that name, but he doesn't quite move from dynamic duo.
That's Luis Suarez, if I remember from last race. He's certainly got himself into a potential fight there as Charlie dropped down into P4. He managed to get the move done through turn 3 and get ahead, but has lost it now as Charlie gets his bearings about him once again and gets his absolute power down on these medium tyres, pushing himself through the yellow flags.
To go. He's had an incident in the back, but he's on his own now. But Hako leads after the first lap despite losing the lead into turn 1 to Charlie. Yeah, he took it back up to turn 3. Charlie runs a little bit wide, might have taken a warning, but he has the DRS, as does the people behind him. Everyone in the field with DRS. Griffin made a move on D Summers, but he's going to keep the position into turn 3. I'm not sure. He's ghosted at the moment, so I'm unsure how that works.
Oh, he just needs to stop going through each other, but it looks like Havoc Connor's going to make use of that ghost and get straight through the McLaren
dynamic duo to the lead.
Dynamic duo around the outside. Can he make it stick? No, the Mercedes Hako fighting it back. Oh, really good press there. Really good pushing from the Haas driver. Dynamic duo trying to get through.
Saving some ERS as well. I can see the battery flashing, which means that Charlie and Luis are going to catch up as well.
Absolutely. This is where you're flat to the floor for most of your lap. Absolutely powering down through these tight corners. You need to maintain all that momentum, and the battery burning will be high. Not a lot of places to recharge, only having 10 corners. You're not on the brakes as much as you'd like to be.
Yeah, of course there's 2 ways to harvest battery in Formula 1. You've got the MG UK kinetic energy from just lifting and coasting. So if you lift off the accelerator and don't touch the brakes, there's a little gap there where you can harvest some ERS and battery. And you've also got the MGUH, which takes the heat from the brakes.
Sorry, PW Jones just jumping up there, getting up into a bit of a rough and tough. Well, Craggy now looking to get a move done on the Haas driver. Goran, oh, we see the Red Bull on the hard tyres there just in front of Craggy, almost making contact, but Robstar now losing out to Craggy. Craggy's pushing around the outside, gets a move done as we get into turn 6.
Yeah, there was contact at the back, to the back of Sam, I think it was, from Robstar. Robstar has front wing damage. I'm not sure if he'll pit though. Does look quite bad.
Oh, we're getting a bit of a elbows out here, damage and bits of carbon flying.
See how Charlie looks primed to make a move on dynamic duo here though, maybe into turn 3. He's got the DRS and he's close to him, but he doesn't get the best exit out of turn 1, which means he'll suffer all the way up to turn 3 through the little hardly a corner turn 2. But he looks like he could dynamic could actually make a move on Hako.
Craggy's making a move on Sam. The Red Bull defending like a champ. Can he hold the inside line?
Does he have the racecraft to maintain the DRS?
Oh, Craggy with a switchback! That was insane into turn 3. Gets straight ahead of the Red Bull driver. That was fantastic. The kick Sauber making moves straight out of the gate. Turn 3 switchback. You love to see it.
Yeah, that's a good move. Nice and clean so far. Then we've got the front few breaking away just a little bit. Dynamic duo just clipped the back of Charlie there. But we got 4 or 5 different cars, six different cars in the top 6, which is a good testament to the racing there. Craggy, who had a poor qualifying, is definitely on his way back up the field now, just behind PW Jones. So he'll be looking to get past him soon and cling on to the back of these 4 who are all holding each other up. Let's see it now, though. Dynamic. Excuse me, got gas.
Griffin needs an invite. I think we've got Griffin disconnected.
Yeah, Griffin, I got you.
Oh, battle there at the front of the pack. It's Charlie now looking to take the lead of the race into turn 3. Does get it done. Making use of that DRS. He still has the Hako. No, vulnerable. Doesn't have the DRSs. Dynamic Duo tries to close up. Luis Suarez in the Red Bull now etching up to that front 3. The podium sitters could potentially be under attack from the Red Bull lurking behind. Oh, move the Hako. Round the outside. Really fighting for that P1.
Yeah, I wonder what the strategy is, though. It's probably going to be, a medium hard or a medium soft, depending on if they can extend the medium tyres. If they can save the rears, I think is more of the issue here. If you can manage them through only sector 2, you've got to manage the fronts really here. So, Charlie, though, lifting off just to keep behind Hako, probably maintain the DRS. But he did have a little bit of a snap there, which means Dynamic
Duo now looking to try and get there.
He's not got the battery and he's boxed in now. And he has to lift off, which means Charlie goes up the inside. Charlie, though, has it the racecraft.
Dynamic Duo gets a ball! Through goes Dynamic Duo, the Haas driver. Contact between Charlie and Hako. Went off the track, opening the door for the Haas.
Tripping over each other. I'm not sure what's just happened to Griffin there, but he's lagged out when he joined, and then because he immediately left. I'm not sure what that's about.
That was beautiful. The Haas driver patiently waiting for the opportunity to open. The door opened, and he sent that Haas straight through it. Taking lead of the race, and now trying to gap against the Red Bull. Can the Red Bull respond in any way? He won't have the DRS now, so he's going to be vulnerable. Will he have the battery to defend?
Yeah, we'll see if he does. I've got a message in the activity feed as well. We'll have a look at what that is. Just need to put it up.
It's every 3 seconds. First to pick up that track limits.
Yeah, we'll probably see a few more of those before the end of the race, I tell you.
So far, this has been a very, very good race from the start. Battles happening all over the field. There's a huge DRS train from P9 all the way down to P17.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, Charlie's not very able to keep hitting from wheel spinning when he's getting the power down. He keeps, lighting up the rears, which isn't going to be good at all. But Hako, I'd say, is probably in the best position here because he's got the most battery out of all of them. Dynamic Duo has been left out in the dust a little bit here, and he's going to fall back into them now on battery.
I'll tell you what, look at who's in the DRS looking to lurk behind. It's PW Jones.
And Craggy as well, he's brought along with him for good measure. So we've got a 6-race scrap for the lead here, all good drivers, all trusted, and I can, except for Louise, who I've not raced with before, but I've raced with every single one of these guys, and I can attest to their skills. So you're in for a good race here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it ends. Hopefully it's not interfered with someone at the back crashing. And there goes the Red Bull. Speaking of skill, Louise runs out with it on the exit of turn 1. He takes the polystyrene board with him. And that means that Dynamic Duo, Hako, Charlie, PW Jones and Craggy are all promoted to ahead of him.
Done well to save it. Did well to save it. Turned the Red Bull into lawnmower at one point. He was doing a Perez in a way.
Yeah, cutting some grass.
Dynamic Duo under attack from Hako around the outside. Oh, he runs it a bit wide. That's two back out before he runs off the track. They're still side by side as Dynamic Duo looks to fight it back in the Haas, but does lose the position. Oh, the switchback!
Orthodox, and he had the ERS on none as well. So he used the grip of his tyres. What a good move that is. Can we get a clip in the chat, please?
Oh, concedes the position there. Does he get it from the DRS? That was a beautiful switch
Oh,
back.
he's
Beautiful
got
driving
nice
once
ride
again.
to the final corner. This is great racing. Dynamic Joe takes the lead, even though he's maintaining some harvesting there. Uses the DRS to his advantage, and they run on to lap 9 now. Last lap of the single-digit laps in the classification. So
Here we go. It's
here
a
we go. Here
three-way
comes
battle.
PW Jones.
Oh, Charlie!
Oh
Oh,
no! That's
no!
horrific.
Safety
Oh,
car!
no. I'm gonna get a clip of that because if Charlie doesn't, I'll be quite upset. That was quite bad. I'm not gonna say anything, but
What has just happened? That was
Charlie's been murdered
absolute
by PW Jones.
controversy. PW Jones and Williams murdering the V-Carb. Sent him flying. He's off on holiday. He's took a trip into the wall. Oh,
Yeah.
he's out of this racing session. That was diabolical.
Yeah, Charlie, that's so unfortunate. I'm so eager to see this man's reaction in the chat right now. So I'm gonna go and have a look.
Oh,
Yeah, EU2 general chat. Let's have a look.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh. That was insane. Oh my. And now we see a lot of drivers diving into the pits. We'll have a look at see what tyre they opt in for. Some people starting on the hards and some people starting on the mediums. Hacko swapping to the hards. Luis Suarez swapping to the hards. Mediums for Dynamic Duo. Hards for Craggy. Everybody now, apart from PW Jones and D Summers, everybody else has pitted.
Yeah, that was poor from PW Jones. He's boxed in, and well, he tried to overtake the person in front of him as if he wasn't boxed in, and Charlie has been
Call the police. There's been a
turned to a
murder.
victim.
There's been a murder. He's absolutely out of here. We saw that. That is so unfortunate for the V-Carb. Somebody who was looking mighty quick here today. Could potentially got himself up there for a race win. Just got himself on the wrong end of a tyre bang. A rough and tough, a bit of wheel banging there sent him absolutely packing into the wall. He went off at some insane speed.
Well, Charlie, I've got his reaction in the chat at the moment. As we see everyone jump onto hards, by the way, but I'm just conversing with him now, and he says that he needs to learn how to drive, and that he stands by the things he said about him last week. So, of course, there must be something there from previous that we've probably not just picked up on. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat what was called, but yeah, very heated at the moment. But we'll see how PW Jones manages the lead he's just inherited under the safety car now.
I am watching a replay of the murder.
Yeah, that's all you can call it, really. Did someone clip it?
Yep. Wow. So the V-Carb is coming up the inside of the Williams of PW Jones, and he's almost heading as it. Oh yeah, he corrects his line because the Haas of Dynamic Duo is just a little bit slower. PW Jones has the overspeed in the slipstream.
If you're boxed in, you're boxed in. You've got you don't get a say. You can't just turn into someone and expect them to move.
My God, that is absolute murder.
That's craziness.
I have seen some incidents in my time. That is nothing less than total calamity. He will be fuming with that. He'll be absolutely fuming.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you?
Well, now I expect the safety car to come in very shortly. If that McLaren at the back can catch his way back up. Safety car will not go in this lap. We have one more lap. Well, it was a mighty interesting, controversial moment to bring out the safety car.
Haven't forgotten the safety car graphic, have you?
I haven't actually. It's working.
Good. One for the good books.
Something worked.
Yeah.
I'm proud of this.
Yeah, so lap 12 now. We're about to hit soon, right, half race distance. So hopefully he doesn't stay out forever again.
No, I can just hope that he gets nice and clean from here. When I feel terrible for Charlie, he was possibly going to win this race, but now has been taken out of it in quite a controversial moment up through turn 2. As everybody had that rear wing wide open. The speed that you get going up that hill is huge when you've got the ERS, you've got the DRS, the overspeed with a slipstream. You're just like a missile. And I saw PW Jones, the dynamic duo was just cut it over in front of him. PW Jones tried to evade, but Charlie was just right there next to him and just boom!
Yeah.
Sent
Slip
out of
race
it.
says come on D Summers, so we've got some love for D Summers in the chat, but the safety car is in this lap.
There is the call. We shall have the safety car in this lap as PW Jones slows the field down now. Generates that tyre temps as he prepares to go racing once again for 24 laps. 24 laps remaining.
Yeah. When's he going to go? Is he going to go early? Is he going to go late? We'll soon find out. If he wants to save his battery, he'll go late. If he wants to go and gain the time, hopefully keep it, he'll go early.
When's
Or
he
maybe
going
he'll
to
do
try and
neither
get
and
the
go in
drop?
the
I
drop.
don't think D Summers is going to get caught out. He looks like he's lurking, ready and waiting.
He does. There's a Ferrari there as well of Tay, who's been lapped. So we'll soon find out how that works. But he's gone.
There it is. There he goes as Tay needs to try and unlap himself now before he gets all the blue flags. He needs to try and get ahead.
Ghosted anyway. He'll be ghosted anyway. But PW Jones gets a good restart. So does Hacko. Hacko's got the attack on D Summers on the way to turn 3. D Summers, who hasn't stopped under safety car. I'm unsure why he wouldn't do that. Probably banking on another one. PW Jones has not stopped under safety car as well, by the way.
D Summers really lagging though, but Hacko on the fresh harder compound tyre gets through turn 3, nice and easy. Dynamic duo now trying to get through, but D Summers is very, very laggy. Huge stutter there, huge stutters. We still see the safety car graphic because of a bug. Just ignore it. We are green flags. There is no safety car.
Yeah, there is no safety car. That graphic will go the instant another red flag. I mean, a yellow flag comes out. Just a normal yellow flag, so that can be anything.
Dynamic duo is getting mighty close up to the rear of Hacko.
Takes a bit too much curb on the penultimate corner.
Yeah, Dynamic Duo is on the better compound tyre. He is on the mediums, but they don't. I doubt they'll go the distance. He'll have to box again.
In the DRS of PW Jones, so he has got that rear wing open. He's going to burn now all the way up the straight. Hacko has PW Jones has to just reserve some battery, and that means that his lead is gone now, and he is under threat from the cars behind. He has not stopped yet, so he will need to pit again. So he's banking on another safety car. Everyone else can go to the end if they need to.
Absolutely correct. You see the blue flag still waving for that lapped car. Dynamic duo. Oh, can he get it through? Make it 3 wide. He's looking for it. He has got the optimum line. He backs out of it. Hacko. Oh, could have opened the door though. The side-by-side going through turn 6 and 7. But it's PW Jones maintaining the lead, opening the door. Dynamic duo looking to try and get his way through, making it side by side with Hacko now as we get through to turn 9.
That's a nice move, but unfortunate that he didn't get it to pull it off. Didn't just quite have the battery. I'm on board with him. I can see on the wheel he's low. Means Hacko probably has a bit more, and that means Hacko can attack PW Jones into the first corner. He just holds back though and uses the second DRS zone 2 of 3. You've got one on the run to turn 1, one on the run to turn 3 through turn 2, and then you've got the one on the run to turn 4. Here goes Hacko to the lead in the Mercedes, but Dynamic Joe's going to follow him through. Dynamic Joe stays on the inside, takes the tight line, leaves PW Jones to take the wide line, and Hacko to be vulnerable because he won't have the DRS.
Won't have it, but PW Jones is on the more worn tyre as Dynamic Duo now looks to dive down the inside as he does.
Hacko ran wide, that means
Hacko's wide, Dynamic Duo is through.
Yeah, Hacko ran wide, he locks up on his own. So that means that Dynamic Duo has taken the lead on the softer compound of tyres. Will he be able to pull away? He needs to now because he might have to stop again. He will stop again if there's a safety car for sure. Those tyres are going to struggle to get to the end.
I will say this, do not discount Craigie. Craigie right there behind this pack as they fight away. He's been very patient, waiting for his moment to pounce on and get through. A driver that we've seen fighting very hard, currently leading the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah. Hacko is not too far behind.
He's swinging to the outside line. That DRS making it easy. Will Dynamic Duo defend it? He's looking for it. He doesn't need backside of it. Dynamic Duo will have the DRS advantage now as we get through turn 3 into DRS zone 2. Gets that rear wing wide open, pushing on to try and chase that Mercedes down. It's Haas versus Mercedes. Who's going to come out on top? Dynamic Duo being smart there, just holding it out through turn 4. Swinging it around turn 5 now as we get to the fast double left-handers of 6 and 7.
Yeah, it's a very close fight at the front. Tell you what, PW Jones is doing a good job to stay close then. Dynamic Duo with 3 seconds, multiple warnings.
No. Track limits is an issue around here. You're going so fast, you can just catch yourself running wide as you try and maintain all that speed. Catch that tiny bit of understeer. That's certainly going to affect his race, but PW Jones potentially under attack from Craigie now. Craigie is very close.
Yeah, PW Jones is saving his tyres, making sure they run as far as he can. He's trying to stay with the front pack as much as he can, but tell you what, Craigie, here he goes now. Craigie's going to take 3rd position from PW Jones into turn 3 as Dynamic Joe and Hacko also scrap for the lead. They're together, they're stuck together.
Oh, Craigie almost pushed onto the grass there. Dynamic Duo trying to stabilise that car, almost pushed a kick salver onto the grass. He's blood dropped all the way down into P5 now. Hacko dropping down to P4. The Red Bull sneaking through, taking advantage of that. PW Jones almost got him. As Dynamic Duo almost got himself into a big moment. That could have been interesting.
I think the best thing Tay can do is just stay with these guys, use the DRS and see if he can unlap himself at some point. And if a safety car comes out while he's unlapped himself, then that'd be good.
The Ferrari is getting close to unlapping himself. He's catching up to the front of the field after he dropped all those positions earlier on. The tyres warming up and working to his advantage now. The front field losing a lot of time if you think about it with all the battling they're doing. There is a DRS train from P1 all the way down to P14. This is incredible.
Hacko
diving through, taking P3 away. Sets his sights on PW Jones.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Could the Red Bull be looking to fight it back though? Oh, staying dangerously close. Craigie now looking to potentially move back up on that Red Bull. Craigie really losing out there. He had to completely back out when he was just pushed a bit wide there on the exit of turn 3. He tried to maintain that exit and get his way through. He was being very patient but couldn't seem to pull it off. And he's ended up losing out the worst.
Prediction coming up into the chat now once we get over to, now that we're over half distance. Who do you think is going to win this race?
This Ferrari almost unlapping himself has set his sights on Dynamic Duo. Dynamic Duo's bridging quite a gap there from Hacko. 6/10 clear. Hacko still has the DRS so he can close that gap back up. It's looking fairly clean so far. Everything is looking nice. So we have a retirement in the pits. That's Sebi. Sebi's had enough and he's out of here.
Yeah, unfortunate that is for the RB. No points for either of them today. It's a P at 19 and 18th classification.
Oh, we see the Red Bull sending it to the inside line. They're potentially opening the door for Craigie to make the move as well on PW Jones. PW Jones still hasn't boxed. Lap 19 still on those used tyres. Is certainly feeling the drop off now as the cars in front have boxed and made it easy pickings for overtaking.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to hold them back on the older and worn tyres. PW Jones on he's fallen to 5th now, but he's staying with the pack. He's keeping the DRS and he's extending the tyres very well. I doubt he'll be able to take him to the end though, unless he stopped on lap 1, which I think is unlikely.
That Ferrari has indeed unlapped himself. Now he needs to push on and hope for a safety car. Oh, here comes a Red Bull. Looking to get past Hacko, but Hacko's trying to send it one on Dynamic Duo. Doesn't quite get ahead, leaves himself in a bit of a compromising position.
Louise
Oh,
has had an incident.
is that an incident? He's dropping all the way down, losing positions. He's all the way down into P8. That DRS train is just passing through.
Lee Bob has turned up. What's he called on your screen though?
U3602.
What? Just the letter U, 36.
02. 02, yeah.
That's the shit. What? That's the shit.
Yep. U. So uniform U.
Yeah.
3602.
I put slash Lee Bob.
Well, Lee Bob there getting himself into a good points position in that Ferrari. As we watch Craggy, he's up into P2, sets his sights on for Dynamic Duo in the Haas. Can he get it done? Dynamic Duo getting past that back marker, lapping him once again as he needs to push harder to maintain this gap and to try and get away from that menace of Kicksauber that's coming and getting him fast.
Yeah, I've just got to read the prediction. Sorry, lads. There was a mistake on that.
Oh, big sender from the Kicksauber. Saying it gets to the inside line later on the brakes, has to back out of it, tries to make it side by side, potentially losing it. He is losing it to Hacko. Hacko making the double overtake, getting himself into P1. Gets a move done on Dynamic Duo as well as Craggy. Craggy now trying to get past Dynamic Duo. A mighty battle going on for the lead here.
Yeah, this is a great battle. Now you've got both the Hasses in P3 and 4. So we'll see what they'll be able to do with that.
Dynamic Duo just Craggy, big snap has opened the door. Hacko with the penalty. Dynamic Duo gets back through on Craggy. Craggy's the only one without a penalty. If he picks up them 3 seconds, it's now a fight back on for Hacko and Dynamic Duo. But that DRS range is still mighty close. They're still going to drop dramatically down the field.
Still a while to go as well. We've got people, maybe he'll do another pit stop.
14 laps to go. The Ferrari's ghosted because he has been lapped.
Yeah, the Ferrari's been lapped. Lee Bob's overtaken Goran, they're scrapping.
Oh, he's off the track. The Red Bull's almost getting themselves into a bit of an incident there. Lee Bob is looking to get ahead and get up back into P4, making the move done on Goran. The Haas are having a good points finish. From Ferrari is doing it for the team. The second Ferrari has been lapped. It's a terrible Ferrari strategy.
There we go. Prediction coming up in the chat in a second. I've just got to make sure that the time is correct this time. It's not up just for 30 seconds. I'll put it up for 5 minutes. Predictions are up finally. For the winner of the race, not long to go now. We've not long past half distance. Who do you think is going to win the race?
My money's on Craggy. I've not bet anything, but if you want a bit of a commentator's experience, Craggy.
Yeah. He's 2 for 2 at the moment. The only points he's missed out on is a fastest lap point. Last race, that's the only
Dynamic
points he's
Duo
missed out
looking
on.
to get past Hacko there, up
Hacko's got
into
a
turn
penalty.
3. Hacko.
Hacko's got a penalty. That means Craggy is in the driver's seat at the moment.
Hacko already had the penalty, did he not?
No.
Has he picked up another?
No, he's picked. Well,
Oh,
I might
yeah,
have
no,
missed the first one.
Yeah, no, I've already seen that. He's already on the 3 seconds. It's Dynamic Duo, a fight for those two, trying to maintain all the positions before they drop dramatically down the order because that DRS trend's mighty fine. But now it's 2.4 seconds to go around the second Haas driver as the front are fighting very hard, pushing very hard to maintain the lead and to try and get away from their rivals and seize victory. Craggy just needs to stay there and keep it clean, and he will inherit P1 and take race victory.
This is a great little scrap now. It's just relying on Craggy to make a mistake in his kick salver. He's been perfect all season, though. Despite having poor qualifyings 2 races in a row, he goes into effectively the lead already, but he takes the on-track position too. But Dynamic Duo's having none of it. He does fight back, so fair enough, Dynamic Duo. He is entitled to that. Maybe wants to possibly force Craggy into an error.
Absolutely correct. Dynamic Duo is certainly getting himself in uncomfortable positions for the kick Sauber. That dirty air is going to be absolutely treacherous around the twisty corners around here. Some wings may be higher, some wings may be a bit lower to maintain the top speed. But if you're running the higher wings, the dirty air is going to be mighty
Side by
dangerous.
side.
Side by side, Craiggie's trying to make the move now. He does get it done as he gets into turn 9. Firing it around turn 10 now. He's up into P2. Pushing on for Hako. He's looking to take victory on the track. He's not letting the penalties hold him back. He wants it on the track. An open win that nobody can argue with. The kick Sauber really pushing to the limit.
Yeah. My laptop charger is all of a sudden not working, which isn't ideal. So, forgive me for that.
So you can sort that out. But we see a battle there between Goran, the Haas driver, and the Ferrari Leebob. Leebob up into P4, well, fighting for P4 with the Haas. The Haas having the DRS advantage, looking to make a move now down into turn 4. Does get ahead before we get there into the braking zone. The Ferrari looking to potentially switch it back, but the Haas driver gets the power down. He's got the traction coming around turn 5 and will maintain that position. It's a 3 and 4 lockout for the Haas drivers. Good points in terms of constructors.
Yeah, they're going to be leading the constructors as it stands, then I think. Outscoring. They need to outscore the kick Sauber.
They are on 31 points.
Anyway, they need to outscore Craigie and Matty Robber by 2 points to take the lead of the Constructors' Championship. So,
Matty Robbo still in the points, but it's only P8, so it's only a handful.
Yeah, the people ahead of him have penalties, and Louise has 6 seconds, Sam has 3, and that means Matty Robbo is on course to overtake both of them. Lee Bob and Dynamic and Goran.
Battle. Craigie's looking to take lead of the race here in P3, in turn 3. Looking to push on against the Mercedes reserve driver Hako. Really trying to push against him. He wants to take it on the track like I mentioned earlier as he does get it down into turn 4. Later on the brakes, Hako looking to potentially switch it by, but the Haas now. Dynamic duo looking to get in the mix. He's making side by side with the Mercedes driver and backs out of it as we get into turn 6. Nice battle, and it's been battle lap after lap after lap. These drivers are really sending it. Really trying to put on the show.
Doing now. After so many laps. I wonder how much they're suffering on the tyres. It's an unfortunate day for the Williams boys. I'm not sure why PW Jones stayed out under that safety car. It was probably the wrong decision to make.
Well, he has boxed and he has the lap before PW Jones. 1 lap all mediums, looking to go to the end. He will benefit. The tyres are going to be a lot fresher as we see Sam, Dynamic Duo, Andres, Nathan and Rob on older medium tyres. So it certainly will be PW Jones on those fresh mediums that could potentially get himself in the moves. 17 laps old for your front 3 drivers and pretty much majority of the grid. These hard tyres, can they go another 9 laps?
Yeah, the Hako's taking the lead into turn 3 then on that lap there. PW Jones takes the fastest lap point, but he won't get it. But his rivals won't take it anyway, if he has it. The number 99 of Craigie losing the lead there on track. Still has it in penalties though. So, I mean, it's worth scrapping with him, see if you can force him into an error. See if you can force him into taking a penalty, even if it might get removed. Then again, Hako, Dynamic Joe, will their penalties be removed? You never know, so it's always good to try and take the win on track anyway. You never know if it's always a valid penalty or not.
Absolutely. Could be disputed. It could be sent to the steward docket for review. It could be an unfair warning that's led to a penalty. If he's got the full race directory, he could lose that 3 seconds. So could Dynamic Duo. That is still on the table. If one of those warnings was unfair, he could dispute it. But Hako maybe have to keep himself on the defensive against Craigie. The kick Sauber with the DRS looking to gain all he can, but it's half a second between those two. Hako doing very well to maintain the gap and stay ahead into P1. Craigie a bit defenceless here, can't really attack much, but Dynamic Duo lurking behind, showing a bit of patience, waiting for his opportunity to strike. The medium tyre running a bit worse now than those hard compounds for the kick Sauber and Mercedes in front. Can he maintain? Oh, he has a bit of a snap there. Picks up another 3 seconds. Dynamic Duo just bit too much curb and has picked up another 3 second penalty. Unfortunate for the Haas driver. He's going to drop more positions now. The Ferrari is looking for a podium here in Austria. It's looking fine for Ferrari, Kick Sauber, and the Mercedes. 3 different constructors that you'd never expect to see on the podiums. Not in the season we've seen so far.
And we've had an incident over there where Lee Bob has, I think, had a moment and
Craggy's
he's dropping.
attacking. Gets ahead in turn 3 on the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, Lee Bob, if you put your money on Lee Bob, unfortunately, he's just dropped down to P11. He's had a spin at turn 1. Not sure if he got taken out by Goran or not. We'll have to see after the race. But here goes Craggy to the inside of Hacko in turn 4. He takes the lead. 6 then. Oh, but Hacko sends it at the inside.
Defending
Again,
it.
he's having none of it. He's absolutely having none of it.
Craggy is really staying lurking on that rear diffuser. He's not letting him go too easy. He wants that Mercedes to get out of his way. He's got a race to win. Dynamic Duo doing well to stay behind, but does have 6 seconds of penalties. Seriously going to hurt his race in a bad way.
Well, we'll see what happens then. He'll only fall behind his teammate as it stands anyway, so it'll be still a good haul of points for the Haas drivers. But if he can stay with these front 2 and they don't scrap, and he can stay with them and they do pull away from Goran, he might just have a chance. But
Craggy looking to take the lead of the race with that DRS getting up into turn 3. It's easy done on that uphill section. That DRS is mighty powerful, especially when you combine it with the ERS. They're using that battery and deploying as Hacko does now in the Mercedes in the second DRS zone. As he slams onto the brakes as they go side by side into turn 4. The Kick Sauber looking to defend against the Mercedes driver, but Kick Sauber could be on the optimal line here. Does seem to get the traction a bit better, but he's now pushed to the outside. Hacko, the Mercedes, managing to get through into turn 6. Taking by lead of the race. It's mighty racing here on lap 30. It's been lap after lap of consistent battles. This is what you want to see. This has been a mighty Austria.
Yeah, it's been a mighty race so far. Hacko in the lead on the track. He looks quite twitchy though, especially on the fast corners where it's a sharp turn in. Luis picks up another 3 seconds. That's 9 seconds for him. That's unfortunate, but that means that Dynamic is basically sealed his P4 minimum, depending on the penalties that his teammate might get so far. With so much of the race to go, Craggy then again to the lead using the DRS.
It's on the exact same as the lap before, so it's lap after lap after lap of just exchanging this DRS and swapping with each other, still battling away and having a good time. Hacko needs to force him into a mistake. He needs to try and keep that pressure on and make him pick up them 3 seconds. The moment he's got that track limit penalty, the race is back on for the Mercedes driver. He needs to make himself very large in the rearview mirror of the Kick Sauber. Keep that pressure on, get right up in that diffuser.
Yeah, he needs to make those proximity arrows as, jittery and as violent as possible. Maybe try and get close to a move during one of these final corners. Make him run wide there, just on pressure instead of forcing him there. See what happens. See, I'll give you a warning update on Craggy as it stands. This man is very good though, and he's had 1, 2. He is on 2 warnings. 1 more warning. He's on 3 seconds. So Hacko, if he is listening, I know he is streaming.
Craggy needs to keep it very clean. Hacko needs to keep the pressure on Craggy. He needs to try and force his rival into a mistake so he could potentially take victory of the race. It's a level playing field if Craggy picks up those 3 seconds. But at the minute, it's just tit for tat. You have the DRS here, I'll have the DRS. So Craggy onto the grass, trying to get through. Hacko with a lock-up, almost sent himself off into a dangerous position, but managing to save himself well coming around turn 5 and doesn't drop too far behind the Kick Sauber of Craggy. Craggy still ahead in the lead of the race. This is a mighty battle. Craggy just needs to maintain the push now, but these tyres must be feeling really, really nasty at this point. 22 laps. We saw an early safety car, but the tyres now are looking mighty burnt away, mighty degraded. The laps just, they don't have it anymore, but they're still battling, still exchanging the DRS as Hacko takes the lead once again. Conceding DRS. Craggy has it again up the straight for turn 2 and 3. Switches to the outside line there and gets through nice and easy.
Yeah, this is very nice racing from the pair of them, trying to lose as little time as possible. Well, Luis and Goran are scrapping now apparently on track, so that's good news for Dynamic Duo. Who only needs him to lose what 1.5 more seconds before he's on track for P3. Here goes Hako though to the inside of Craggy.
Oh, almost contact there, almost pushing Craggy off into the gravel. Could have been a moment, a controversial moment with the side-by-side. Round turn 5, side-by-side into turn 6. Hako getting the better racing line and getting himself ahead. D Summers
Rob
with a
start.
3-second penalty. Rob retiring in the pits, but Hako does take lead of the race and keeps the pressure on Craggy.
Not long left to go now. We've got to the end of this race fairly quickly, it feels like. There it is!
There it is! Craggy's picked it up. It's fair game now between Hako and Craggy. Hako needs to maintain the push. 2 laps remaining. Could take victory. Could take victory. 3 laps to go, should I say, including this one.
Yeah, including this one. This means it's for the win now. Dynamic Duo's just dropped back ever so slightly, so he is going to stay P4 for this race on penalties. There we go. This is what we came to see. Side by side through turn 3. On the run to turn 4, Sam picks his third batch-up of penalties. That's 9 seconds for him now, so he is going to finish P13 for this race.
Mighty battle here for P1. Hako still defending the lead away from Craggy. Craggy looking to take it away. Go side by side into turn 5. Will they go side by side into turn 6? As they do, go side by side. Round the left-hander.
Twice.
Left-hander once again into turn 7. Contact. Craggy almost forced off track. Hako still defending that position. Still maintaining lead of the race on lap 34. Coming around the final few corners. Turn 10 now.
Very close fight in there on the run to turn 1. There's 2 laps to go. This is the penultimate lap of the race. Hako leads into the penultimate lap. He finally put the pressure on Craggy, forced him into an error. The error was at the final corner. He turned in too early and cut the curb just a little bit too much. Obviously went over the curb and gained a little bit of time, and the stewards have said that is enough to warrant a 3-second penalty on your 3rd warning. So
all the doors open. Craggy's looking to get through. Lap
He's got
35,
the DRS as well.
He does have the DRS, he does have the advantage. He's going to be burning that battery and trying to take lead, as he does take lead against the Mercedes of Hako. Hako looking to fight it back, almost with a bit of a send though. It was on his front wing. Bit of a strange camera angle there to see. Dynamic Duo getting all spicy there as the Haas and Red Bull are catching up behind.
It's questionable racecraft whether you'd like to lead into the final lap of the race here, give your opponent the choice of if he does or when he doesn't want DRS, when he doesn't want to use the battery. Hako will have the choice of when he wants to overtake, and he has the racecraft to do it. So what will he do now into the final lap of the race? He's not burning just yet on the run to turn 1. He's going to burn on the run to turn 3, or is he going to burn on the run to turn 4? Which one will he choose? Will we see DRS games? Who's going to yield first? He does burn a little bit. He runs all the way to turn 3, takes the lead to turn 3. So he yields the DRS into the final DRS zone. Is Craggy going to have the battery to overtake again?
Big lock up from Hako.
Leaves the door open for Craggy, so he's going to be a drag race all the way down the line. Who has the lower downforce? Who has the top speed? Craggy, even though he has the DRS, isn't able to get as much of an advantage as I thought. And he's to the inside. Hako, is he going to be able to hold it around the outside? Yes, he does. It's the final lap of the race, and we go into sector 2 for the final time, and the lead changes. But will Hako send it up the inside? Yes, he does. For the Mercedes team.
Big wobble from the Mercedes.
Of Craggy, he's been pushed wide onto the curb. They're both burning, they're both side by side into the final sector of the race, but Craggy just edges ahead of Hako, and the man that is inevitable, the man that's 2 races of 2. Hako takes
3 seconds, that's it, he's done. It's done, it's all for Kick Sauber.
It's all for Kick Sauber today, and the man that's 2 for 2 goes 3 for 3 and takes his 3rd win of the season. What a race.
Goran jumps up on finishing that podium, keeping it clean and not having the track limits. His teammate Dynamic Duo gaining in P4. Matty Robo jumping to P5. Good points for Kick Sauber. Good points for the Haas. Pushes SJZ down into P6. Kevin Carl into P7. Pipe Tech P8. Havoc Connor P9. PW Jones P10. Andres P11. D Summers in 12. Sam dropping down to P14 as Lee Bob gets 12th. D Summers down into P13. And Nathan D is the last to come across the line. The rest DNF. Robstar tags. Oh! Nathan has dropped it coming out of turn 9. Lost his wing. The final lap. Shenanigans for the McLaren. Got himself collected into the wall. That was interesting. What an interesting finish to finish up on. Now I'm going to have to miss the interviews just this once this season. Very, very tired tonight, and I need to get myself in bed for some sleep. I've got to get up early for work tomorrow, so bit of a bummer. The stream has been a bit of a kerfuffle today, but it shall not be the same next week. You know I try and bring you the best show, the spiciest action. Everybody wants to see all the action as you've been delivered, and it's been recovered from a mighty fine Austrian GP. You missed a bit of qualifying, but it's made up for it by the battles in the race. We've seen switchbacks, we've seen overtake after overtake, lap after lap after lap. It's been lovely to see. Take one final look at the finishing order. We have Craggett taking yet another victory for round 3 in the EU2. Hako getting P2, Goran in P3, Dynamic Duo P4, My Robo getting P5, Kicks Albert, beautiful points. Haas, beautiful points, will potentially take the lead. Oh no, won't. The Craggy's victory. The Red Bull of SJ's in P6, Kevin Carl P7, Pipe Tech P8, Havoc Connor P9, PW Jones P10, doing all the points finishers. Andres, Lee Bob, D Summers, Sam, and Nathan being the finishers, and the rest just didn't cross the line. It chose to DNF before they could. But that will do it for this race. It's been very interesting to see. You still with me, Tom?
Yeah, I'm still here. Just having word from Dynamic Joe saying he had a puncture at the final sector. That's how bad the tyre wear was towards the end.
Oh no,
He
tyre wear
had a
being
puncture through the
dramatic.
last sector. That's insane, but he still kept P4, so that's good points for the Hasses today.
That early pit stop strategy, everybody boxing early and pushing those tyres all the way to the end, really trying to get the most out of that tyre. The hard seemed to be the one to be on, everybody profiting from that, and it was a mighty fine race to see. But thank you all for watching. Your next race will be the AM2 in a couple of hours time around Austria once again. So make sure if you're still awake, I know I won't be, I'll be fast asleep at that point. Tune in for that in just a few hours time. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you, lads.